Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is your host Majestic speaking with another episode of Mechwarrior Online here. And today I'm going to be starting a brand new little mini-series here that goes through each of the brand new clan hero mechs that were just released in the latest patch update, starting with the light mechs, ending with the assault mechs. So today, as you can see in front of you, I have the adder hero Cynder. And we're going to dive straight into this guy because, I mean, we're just going to get straight to the gameplay. I know that that's really what you guys ultimately want to see. We're going to go over a few things first. I did place new omnipods on this thing, so I mixed and matched to my liking. And what I came up with, if we look at this quirk summary list, first what was pre-configured into this thing is acceleration, deceleration, structure, rate of heat loss, energy heat generation bonuses, turn rate, and torso turn rate bonuses. Now, the omnipods that I applied on this thing, I took out the Cynder left and right torso, and I placed in the A variant right and left torso, so that I get a 2% laser cooldown bonus for each of these omnipods. Now, I left the Cynder right arm and left arm on there, so we get a laser range bonus of 2.5% per omnipod. So we're getting a 5% bonus in our laser range, and then again a 4% bonus in total between the two laser cooldowns between both omnipods. So definitely a beneficial loadout. I decided between those, and then I was looking also at the B variant because they also have laser range, but I figured, you know what, I'm already getting 2.5 as a bonus for my laser range by leaving the Cynder's arms on there. So going with the Bs and adding more range, I mean, I could have, but because of the fact that I stacked this thing up with double heat sinks to the brim, I knew that I had a very beneficial heat management ratio. So if I could cool down a little faster and get those things firing off again, definitely in my eyes it seemed more beneficial. So that's the reason why I placed the loadout as it is. 34.7 out of 35 tons. So you can't actually fill this mech out entirely. As you can see, I have all of the armor completely full. I placed my loadout on there, and I placed as many clan double heat sinks as I possibly could. I could shave off 0.7 tons of armor, but I figured as a light mech, you don't really want to skimp out on the armor, especially because of the fact that this thing is running 104.5 kph. That's the same speed as a Stormcrow, and now it's the same speed as a linebacker. So you kind of want to have as much padding as you possibly can on this thing. I decided, you know what, if it's 0.3 armor, it's 0.3 armor. You can't fill it out, but you know, it is what it is. We filled out all the hard points. It's the laser variant, you know, loadout of this mech. And first and foremost, just to point out to you guys, if I think it's worth it to actually go and purchase this hero, I do not think it's worth it to go and purchase this hero, specifically because of the fact that, you know, they took out this pre-configured flamer in the front, so now you can actually switch that out on the other variants that did have it in there. I'm not an adder pilot, and I barely take these guys out ever. I think this might be maybe the 5th time or the 5th match I'm ever going to take this thing out for. And personally, you know, this was the main complaint that everyone had, that you couldn't take out the center torso, you know, energy hardpoint, which was a prefixed flamer. But now you can, and, you know, it has that medium laser in there. I placed it on there, and, you know, that's where you have the rest of the center torso quirks, you know, that are applicable for the rest of the mech. So you can see that that's where the energy, heat generation, heat loss, and everything are on there. Not really saying much to me, though, because we have the other variants that are pretty decent in their own light. So to go out and actually spend the money, I mean, if you're a really huge adder fan and you, for whatever reason, love this paint scheme that's on there, I mean, go ahead and buy it. But from an actual performance perspective and seeing it right now in the garage with this kind of overlay of exactly how this thing looks, I can't say it will be more or less beneficial than any of the other adders that you could purchase for C-Bill. So that's just personally my opinion. You know, we're going to test this guy out just because, again, the Cynder's right arms, those are the only ones that have the 2.5 laser range bonus. You know, if I checked out the other or the other arms that are available, you know, you get an energy cooldown bonus of 2%, and then if you look at the Prime's arms, he gets ERPPC velocity of 10%. So you're not real. I mean, it's the only variant that's unique in that sense that you're getting that bonus of the laser range between the two arms. But to me, that's not enough to go out and spend, you know, the actual real hard physical money to go and purchase this mech. It's only one variant. You're only getting one mech. So, I mean, it's got the hero label on there, but I don't think that that's enough that would convince me to go out and purchase this for real money. So, you know, again, I would mix and match with the other variants. If you guys love your adders, just mess around with those. I'm simply taking this guy out so that you could see, I guess, how it performs with a 2.5% laser range bonus on there, as opposed to, you know, the other variants that, you know, really, you could. In other words, let's just get to the point. You don't need it. Simply put. As for the modules that I placed on there, wait, before we actually get into the modules, you have 76 out of 78 slots. All the armor is full. 1.33 heat management, along with 21 clan double heat sinks. It's got a 35-point alpha, and with speed tweak, again, this thing goes almost 105 kph. It just, you know, you have a hard argument saying I'm going to go spend real money on a hero variant that's not really offering me a whole lot more than any of the other variants I could take out there that's running the same speed as, you know, a Stormcrow or a linebacker. I mean, so, you know, people love their adders. I mean, I'm sure they are great mechs for whatever you guys use them for. I don't frequently take them out, so, you know, I'm just keeping you guys from my personal opinion looking at this thing, third-party perspective, not really worth it. As for the modules, as I was just about to go through, we have Advanced Seismic Sensor and Radar Deprivation. Those are the two mech modules that I placed on there. And then because I'm only using medium lasers, that leaves only two modules on there that I can use between the ER mediums, laser cooldown, and laser range. So I do get a 12% bonus on the cooldown and another 10% on the range. So, you know, when we're looking at this thing in total, you have the cooldown of 4% and the laser range of 5%. You know, when we stack those up, we get 15% for our range and what, 16% for our cooldown. So it's really not saying that much, but I mean, people love their adders. You know, I can't speak bad about them because they are a little bit more tanky than another light may be out there on the battlefield. But you know, they serve their own purpose. Let's put it that way. So if you like that very specific role of what the adder brings, it's really like a mid-range light mech that helps with this, like, support the front lines. You're not going to be scouting with it. It just doesn't have the speed. And you know, I mean, I do see people take this thing out with the PPC build to take advantage of some of those quirks that it has, but it's just not as frequent out there on the battlefield when you know that there are other light mechs that could probably perform the same role or different role better than you would expect out of the adder. So we're going to dive into the queue here. I am with special guest Snuggles time. We're going to be running around on the battlefield. Hopefully we get a good round of gameplay. I hope you guys enjoy the video. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll check in after the round is over.
LRMs always go good with the
Gonna do some heavy lifting, bro.
Whatever happens, just know that I love you a lot.
I love you too, bro.
Alpha right here. What is he? Crab. Get us a lock on him. Then we can make it rain.
Airstrike online.
The Intersphere small laser sounds so fucking adorable.
They really do.
I think the Warhorn thing should be. Oh, wait, look, he's
Enemy
trying.
mechs in the middle of the circle.
He's trying. He cares. I guess maybe flanking through Delta 4?
Alright.
Airstrike online.
Yeah, looks like that's their weak side.
New target acquired.
Whoop, that doesn't look really weak.
Yeah, they're all hiding. Be careful.
Watch out, I dropped an arty.
Airstrike online.
Target spotted.
New target acquired.
Coming up behind us.
Heat level critical.
Need my legs.
New target acquired. Target destroyed. Heat level critical.
Target spotted.
Not gonna lie, I got stuck.
Did you? How? On the train?
Yeah.
I didn't even see you for a couple of minutes there.
Target acquired.
X coming Echo 5.
Torso critical damage. New target acquired. Target destroyed.
Guess we're gonna keep pushing this way, Fox 4.
So confused. Oh.
Fox 4?
On the way.
Target acquired. Target destroyed.
Nice.
Deal secured.
New target acquired. Heat level critical. Target destroyed. Heat level critical.
Thanks, bro.
India leg.
Target acquired.
There's someone
Alpha?
behind me. I should stop talking shit.
Behind you? Are you behind me?
Target
Oh my gosh.
destroyed.
You shot through my legs at that crap.
I did?
Yeah.
Did I get him?
You did.
Target
I'm a little
acquired.
upset because at first glance I was like, is he just shooting me?
Target destroyed.
Nice.
That's all of them.
Oh my gosh, you got the and you
I'm
get the
rewarded for
supply
my bad
cache.
behavior.
You naughty boy. Nice work, man.
Sub 200.
I'm telling you, man, this thing is actually a lot of fun, surprisingly.
Yeah.
I never thought I
seen
would
that.
buy an adder, to be completely honest with you.
You're starting to convince me. Touche, salesman. Touche.
Yeah, right? Whoever designed this one, you got me. So now for some closing thoughts on this mech. I really did enjoy my round of gameplay that you guys saw. Again, it was a pretty decent round overall. Thank you again to Snuggles for, hanging out and actually going through the queue. We were just messing around, having a good time. Figured we might as well record it, and, I had a great time. So, I did enjoy playing with the mech. As for, an overall perspective, again, though, I just wouldn't go out and purchase it if I were you guys. It's not bringing much more of a benefit apart from some minor differences with the quirks and the omnipods that it has that would really make it more conducive or less conducive to any of the other variants out there on the battlefield. So, you can mix and match with the ones that are available for C-bills. Again, those are free. You just have to churn out the C-bills and pick up a variant, and then you could switch out the omnipods to your liking. But as for going out and paying hard cash for the hero variant, to say that you have the hero variant with this cool but not really necessary paint job, I just hope that you guys took some information away from this, whether you do or do not decide to go out and purchase it for yourselves. Again, I wouldn't recommend doing it just because it is the hero variant. It's not really giving us much of an added bonus for being a hero, and I just don't think for what else is available that you're getting that much more of a benefit to pay the cold hard cash for one for a single variant, just to say it's a hero. So that's my perspective on it. Again, if you guys think differently, please feel free to leave it in the comment section below. If you think it might be worth it, or it might be conducive to your role out there on the battlefield, if you think that minor difference in the quirks and how this thing can be configured might be of a benefit to you, then please feel free to also leave that in the comment section. Thank you guys so much again for tuning into this episode of Mechwarrior Online. I hope the information that I gave you was appreciated, and that you could take it from the perspective that I gave for you guys. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate all of you guys and all the support so far. Check out the links in the description. Feel free to leave any other comments, questions, concerns, or suggestions below. And I look forward to seeing you all on the next one. Take care, guys.